This is the cultural research project for Megan Haskin, Michelle Krupa, Bridget Tooley, and Andrea Frank. We decided to do some research on the Palestinian culture. So what is the Palestinian culture? Well, Palestine, is actually in West Bank and Gaza. West Bank and Gaza are the common names of the territories administered by the Palestinian Authority, but controlled by Israel. So the Palestinian culture that resides there focuses basically on the family unit. The people are 99% Muslim in Gaza compared to 80 to 85% in West Bank. Now, Palestinian Christians reside in West Bank, and religion is an important role in Palestinian lives and drives their behavior in society and their home. Now, why did we choose Palestine? Well, Palestinian refugees are one of the largest refugee groups in the world. Because of this, we have a growing population within our school. And we wanted to learn more about this group of people in order to better service them here at our school, Milburn Elementary.
The demographics of Milburn District 24 include ethnic backgrounds of the LAP students in the ELL program, and we have a population of 2% Spanish, American Indian 0.04%. Our Asian population is 10%, which 5% of those students are Palestinian. African American is 1%, and white is 40%, Polish and Romanian. Due to our screening tool, many of the students from India in Palestine marked white as their race, so the numbers are a bit skewed between the Asian and white. We spend time interviewing the families, and they often provide us with more background information. This has helped us identify many students who came from Palestine and why they have moved to the United States. Much of this information that we've acquired for this research project came from our interview with a Palestinian fifth grade student, Amar, and he has shared with us his experiences immigrating to the United States from Palestine.
Where is Palestine? Palestine is a geographic region in Western Asia between the Mediterranean Sea and the Jordan River. It is sometimes considered to include adjoining territories. Right now in Palestine, there's 4,891,143 people. As you can see in the picture, it's split into two, Arab state and Jewish state. And you can also take a look at the total land area and the median age in the state of Palestine, which is 19.5 years old.
So we wanted to look up some interesting facts on Palestine. So Palestinians often stand close to each other and maintain eye contact when conversing. Palestinian sons are responsible for taking care of their mothers and sisters unless they are financially secure themselves. Placing all of the fingers together against the thumb with the palm facing upward means slow down, be careful, or have patience. Palestinians have one of the world's highest birth rates, and children are considered very important in Palestinian society. It's also a very young group of people. Palestinians are careful to show respect to all elderly individuals. Olive trees are actually a symbol of Palestine. An olive tree represents prosperity, commitment to the land. It is important to many Palestinians to honor their ancestors who planted those olive trees and worked hard to keep them and take care of them until they grew, which is why it goes along with how they respect all elders. We also found that Palestinians often smile and nod when passing each other on the street. Women and close friends frequently greet each other with a handshake, a hug, and a kiss on each cheek, and men just shake hands with each other. For religious reasons, most men and women exchange verbal greetings only to avoid physical contact with members of the opposite sex. Pointing to the bottom of your foot towards another person or placing your feet on a table or a chair is very impolite, and people also avoid crossing their legs or placing their feet across the knees in front of an older person. This picture to the side gives some average interesting facts as well in West Bank and Gaza.
So the three essential questions that we chose for our research project were number one, what is the role of men and women in the Palestinian culture? Number two, what is the average level of education in Palestine and what type of education is offered in Palestine? And three, what is the general lifestyle in Palestine? And our findings for the first question of roles in men and women in Palestine showed us that the Palestinian society is patriarchal. The father is the head of the household and makes all the important decisions in the family. Respect for the father is the most important thing. Men prefer the women to wear the traditional clothing. The women are considered the center of the family. Traditionally, the men frown on the women taking jobs outside the house, so many women usually take care of the house and the children. Women's roles are continuing to change, especially because of the Israeli occupation, and more women have been forced to work outside the home. Also, the Palestinian women are pursuing careers in a variety of professions. Women do have the right to vote and to also run for office. This is a picture that includes the traditional clothing of the Palestinian women.
Our second research was on the schooling in Palestine. The population is one of the most illiterate in the world, especially in Gaza, in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. The education system, though, is not doing well because of the effects of the Israeli occupation. This has caused insufficient school infrastructure, lack of adequately trained teachers, and a lack of access to schooling in marginalized areas. 70% of students go to primary school, and because of the 2012 Operation Cast Lead, many schools were damaged or destroyed. So in 2013, more than 123,000 children had to discontinue their schooling because of that. Children who live in refugee camps do not have access to education. The next slide shows the schooling, the children at school, and it also in the middle you'll see back to school, Syria, emergency, Palestine, refugee children, and it kind of shows you the difference between the two.
We also wanted to just look at what is their general lifestyle like. Palestinian Arabs speak Arabic. Arabic is a phonetic alphabet consisting of 28 letters and is written from right to left. Palestinians speak a dialect of Arabic known as Palestinian. Lunch is the biggest meal of the day, and it's the time when most Palestinians get to visit with friends and family. The family unit is a top priority to Palestinians. Families often buy homes that are in close location to other family members, especially grandparents. Palestinians have to have Israeli issued identification cards and are not allowed to leave the territories without permission. These territories are also very densely populated. The currency that they use is the new Israeli shekel, and the Israeli occupation has caused a lot of conflict in this area, and it has been the cause for why so many of these people are now a refugee here in America.
So what can we do at our school here at Millburn to help those that are coming from Palestine? Well, we could have translated information sent home to the families. So if the families do not speak English, we can have translated information sent home so they understand what's going on at school. We also want to make sure we have a translator for meetings. If we have meetings at school, to make sure parents understand what we're trying to help them do and to communicate with them about their child. We're going to try to incorporate more books or literature about their culture. We're going to respect religious beliefs, so if they have time, they need extra time off of school, then we're going to make sure we understand that why they're off of school and they're because of religious beliefs. We're going to also recognize different aspects of their culture, such as personal space. We don't want to make sure we get too close to them in case if they don't like the personal space issue. We also want to be compassionate of their fears and loud noises because of all the wars going around in Palestine. We want to make sure that here they're not afraid. And we also want to educate the majority of our population about Palestine.
As you can see, we're going to end our research with some references. You can take a look at those. We also have the rubric at the end of our slide. Thank you so much for watching.